Welcome back to Crypto Talk. We are going to discuss Verasity Price in this video, and I will share with you why I think that the Verasity Price has massive upside, which I think we will see very soon should we see a strong crypto bull run. So with that being said, I'm going to share my screen with you, but before I do, I want you to know that I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not telling you to invest in Verasity or any other crypto for that matter. Investing in crypto is very risky. And if you invest at the right time in crypto, you can make a lot of money very fast. However, if you invest at the wrong time in crypto, you can also lose a lot of money very fast. So keep that in mind. Now, what I'm sharing with you is simply what I think is opportunity, and what you choose to do with this is up to you. The risk is on you if you choose to act. If you choose to buy Verasity, it's on you. And if you choose to buy any other crypto, it's also on you. So keep that in mind. When you take responsibility for your choices in your life, you will ultimately end up setting yourself free and empower yourself to create the best life possible for yourself. So remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Investing in crypto is very risky, and I'm not telling you to buy or sell Verasity or any other crypto for that matter. And with that being said, let's dive into the charts. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to head over to CoinMarketCap, where we are going to look into Verasity. Let's go. All right. Welcome to CoinMarketCap. We are quickly going to start off with the Verasity market cap. Then we're going to look at the chart here for the last days, 7 days, 1 month, 1 year, the all chart. We're going to look at Veracity's all-time high, and then I'll share with you what I think we're going to see Verasity do in a strong crypto bull run. So the current market cap for Verasity is 53.9, so almost 54 million, and it's ranked number 488 out of all cryptos. This is a project built on the Ethereum chain, and you can check out their website here to learn more about Verasity in terms of what it does. We're not going to get too deep into the project itself in terms of what it is. I personally love Verasity and what they do. So again, if you want to learn more about what Verasity is and what they do, feel free to go to their website and check it out. We are simply going to focus on the chart, and we're going to look at the chart in a very kind of, I want to say we're not going to zone in and do like a super crazy technical analysis. From my perspective, what we're going to do is we're going to look at how it's performed, and we're simply going to make a conclusion as to what we think Verasity is going to do. When I say what we think, it's simply what I think what Verasity is going to do. So with that said, let's go. The 1-day chart, down 5.39%. On the 7-day chart, it's down 14%. On the 1-month chart, it's down 29.4%. And the 1-year chart, it's up 110%. And then on the all chart, it shows up 574%, but we're not really going to focus on this percentage here. What we are going to focus on is where it's at right now and where we think that it can go in a strong crypto bull run. So if we look at way back here, 2021, this was a crypto bull run, and essentially for Verasity here, this was a strong bull run for it. We see here February 16. So middle of February, it was trading at 0.02. Now this is 0.05 is where it's currently at. So essentially from way back in 2021 to its current price, it's up a double and a bit, okay? So think of this from here, we saw it boom, literally in a span of mid-February, March, April. Literally in a span of 2 months, it saw incredible explosive price action. It then dropped off very rapidly. And now we're looking at here, this is July 20. We're going into August, up, little drop, and then a major spike to reach its all-time high here in 2021. Now, its all-time high, we're gonna go over here to CoinCodex. I got Verasity pulled up. The all-time high was November 1, 2021 at 0.086. So Verasity is currently down 94% from its all-time high. Now, I personally love Verasity a lot in terms of what it is and what they do. So what I think what's interesting about Verasity is where it is right here. If we look at the chart for, let's say, the last month, it certainly is trending down right now. However, we've essentially seen, when we look at the 1-year chart, for Verasity here, right here, end of September, essentially October, November, December 2023 were pretty strong for most cryptos. So Verasity had a spike up here, then back down here. We're looking at October 20. So now let's look at November and December 2023, and it's essentially straight up. Nothing crazy, of course. It didn't pump like a ton yet, which is interesting. And this is, again, why I also like Verasity a lot, because it certainly isn't very high up yet, especially with this dip down, okay? So this dip down here for Verasity at 0.005, up here, it was at 0.008. This was early December. So essentially, it has already dropped down quite a bit again. And I personally think that right now, for myself, anyway, when I'm looking at this chart, I think it's a great entry point to buy Verasity from here, because I think that Verasity has a lot of upside. I think Verasity will easily go past 10 cents. And I'll share with you what I think it'll do in a strong crypto bull run. So if we look at Verasity right now, on the 1 month, the 7-day, and on the 1 day, yes, it's still kind of trending down. So will it drop a little bit lower? It's possible that it will. Certainly, as of late, at the time of me making this video, the market has been sliding. But essentially, we saw October, November, December for most cryptos pretty much straight upwards with not much retracement at all. So now we are seeing some retracement in the market. Again, this is at the time of me filming this video, and this can change rapidly. So depending on when you're watching this video, it could already have changed. But basically, if you look at Verasity and you think that, hey, Verasity is probably going to slide a little bit more, you could wait before getting in and try to get a better entry point. But it could also reverse quickly, and you could never see it this low ever again. Obviously, not saying that this is going to happen. I don't know. I personally, myself, think that this is a great entry point for Verasity. This and or waiting a little bit just to see if it'll slide a little bit more, seeing if you could get a better entry. But again, I'm not telling you to buy Verasity. I'm not telling you to invest in it or any other crypto for that matter. So keep in mind that if you're doing this, you're doing it at your own risk. Now, where do I think Verasity will go in a bull run? A strong, strong bull run. Let's look right here. It is 54 million market cap. I'm going to get my calculator out here, and we're going to calculate some numbers. A 0.005 Verasity. I think Verasity easily goes past 10 cents. I think it's possible it reaches 20 or 30 cents. And that would be a crazy, crazy, amazing multiple for Verasity. There's a lot of people that think Verasity can 50x. There's even people that think it can 100x. But we're going to do a quick calculation and get a feel for what the market cap would be for Verasity if we were to see it do a 10, 20x, and so on and so forth. So on my calculator, if we go to this calculator here, what did we say? Let's say 54 million. 54 million market cap times 10 is 540 million market cap, okay? Easily doable. I think if we're gonna even go times 100, and I mean, I shouldn't even need a calculator for this. Times 100 would be, 5.4 billion. But let's just confirm, okay? Let's just confirm the math. So 54 million. Let's see, we got 54 million market cap times 100. So yeah, 5.4 billion at 100, okay? Now, what would the Verasity price be if we went at 100? If we're gonna multiply it from 0.005, we're just gonna multiply from 0.005, okay? Times 100, so it would be 50 cents. So if you think about this, if Verasity 100x's from here, it reaches 50 cents. In a strong bull run, it's not impossible. What did we say? 5.4 billion market cap. Although that is still needing a lot of money for what Verasity is and what Verasity does, it is certainly possible that Verasity could see 100x from here. If you were to wait and you were to be able to get in on Verasity a little bit lower, then obviously you could even get more multiples, because the lower you get in, of course, you have more multiples on your money, the higher up it goes. If you wait and it goes up, then the opposite is going to be true. You would essentially have less multiples. Now, when I'm looking at Verasity right here, now if I see how low this is at 0.05, essentially here, this was right around, what are we talking here, September, October. Let's look at what kind of the Verasity price was down here before we started to see it boom. So this was essentially kind of the bottom, the floor of the bear market for Verasity here in September, 0.003. So it's not quite double at 0.052, okay? So if you think about this, a worst case scenario is this slides a little bit more. I don't think that it's going to go back to its floor. Not if we see a strong crypto bull run. It's going to reverse relatively quickly, I think, when we see the strong bull run commence. I think we might still be a little bit early in the market. We're going to see how things unfold here over the next little while. But essentially, I'm thinking throughout all of 2024, should we see the bull run, if we start to see the bull run take place, things turn around and things start booming to the upside soon. If we start to see that take place, I don't think that you see Verasity go past 0.004 on the low end. And I don't know that it will go to there. But worst case scenario, we have an idea that the Verasity floor, the bear market floor for it was 0.00339, 37, right? So it's close to 0.004. So it's really not that high off the floor right now. And I think personally, this is still a good entry point for Verasity, as I've already said many, many times. But again, if you do choose to enter, you're doing so at your own risk. So with all that said, do I think that Verasity could 100x? Do I think we could see a 50-cent Verasity in a strong bull run? I actually do think we can. But I'll say, let's choose a more kind of middle ground. I think a 50x for Verasity, a 25-cent Verasity is still very, very doable. So if you think that 100x is too optimistic or too aggressive, and even though I think it could do 100x, I think that a 25x a 50x is for sure way more within the realm of possibility for Verasity. So if you think about it this way, if you were to invest $1,000 in Verasity and Verasity 50x's and you were to press the sell button, your $1,000 becomes 50,000. If you were to invest 1,000 and it 100x's and you were to press the sell button, your $1,000 becomes 100,000. It's insane, the multiplication opportunity that we have here with this Verasity token, and not just with Verasity, with a lot of cryptos for that matter. But it's important to understand that this is high risk. Now, in order for us to kind of assess whether we think Verasity is a good investment, this is an ideal token personally for myself when I'm looking at a token to invest in. What I mean by an ideal token is that it's really not far off of its bear market floor. It's already shown me that it's got, pumpability here. Not a crazy amount, and now it's retraced quite a bit. So this is giving me, personally, when I look at this chart, a great opportunity for a good entry spot to have a lot of upside. See, to find tokens that have 20, 30, 40, 50, working up to 100x potential, we essentially have to get into these tokens early at essentially ground level target, type prices, right? So Verasity is close to its ground level here. And this is where you see massive, massive upside when tokens like these take off, because they multiply so fast and your 50, 100x's become possible. I personally think that Verasity has a 50 to 100x in the tank. I'll say more probably in line with a 50x for sure. I think we easily see it do that. If you think about Verasity here, its all-time high was 8 cents. And I think that Verasity has only improved and gotten better as a project. So I think to say that Verasity would go, 6, let's say 8 times 3, would be 24, 25 cents. So you'd be 25 cents, that essentially would be a 50x from its current price if it goes past its all-time high times 2. So for example, it would reach its all-time high and then it would double and one more time, right? So what I'm trying to say here is it will go 0.08 as its all-time high, then 0.16, and then 0.2425. That essentially would bring it to a 50x. So a 25-cent Verasity from 0.005 brings it to a 50x. A 50-cent Verasity brings it to a 100x. And as I already mentioned, these are massive, massive upside potentials for something like Verasity. And the reason, again, that I like Verasity so much, besides what it does, is that we see its price here, its floor price, and we see our entry price here. And I think this is an amazing, amazing entry price for Verasity right now. If you were to even go back way here, right here, obviously this in 2021, before the 2021 bull run, the floor for Verasity here was 0.025. So half of what it is right now. So, I mean, this is just an insane opportunity to get in personally when I see this. But again, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just sharing it with you because I think it's a great opportunity. Whatever you choose to do, obviously, is up to you. One final thing before we wrap up this video on Verasity, think of the market cap. Anything under 100 million market cap, yes, it's higher risk, but with these 100 million market cap tokens, anything under 100 million, it needs a lot less volume of money to multiply. And so therefore, altcoins that are under 100 million market cap, while risky, you could see a lot more multiplication for your money as opposed to altcoins that are, billion plus market cap, tokens. So Verasity, I think, is one that's out there. If you want to learn more about Verasity, like I said, go to their website, even check out their communities. They got a lot of massive social communities. Check out what people are saying, about Verasity as well. Learn more about it and familiarize yourself a little bit with what it does, because it's an amazing, amazing project with amazing, amazing opportunity. And the biggest opportunity on Verasity right now, personally, when I'm looking at this, is its price in terms of the entry point that we can get here is incredible as far as I'm seeing. But again, I'm Not telling you to do it. If you are investing in Verasity, you're doing so at your own risk. So keep that in mind. And with that said, if we look at Verasity, just to kind of sum this up, the market cap for Verasity, a 5.4 billion market cap is not something that's impossible in a strong bull run. You see some tokens that really have literally no value, and no business being 100 million, 500 million, billion-dollar market caps that are, 500 million and billion-dollar market caps. Because at the end of the day, if people get behind something and it starts to go, kind of things go out the window in terms of what it even really is. But with Verasity, because it's also a value-based project, I think that 5.4 billion market cap is certainly doable in a strong bull run. And that would be 100x. If you were to take kind of the in-between, let's say 2.5 or 2.7, 2.8 billion, and that's a 50x. And for sure that's, more doable, doable easier than, let's say, 100x. But I still think anywhere between that 50 to 100x is very, very doable for Verasity. I personally will say I think for sure it's going to do a 50x, but I could be wrong. So, take this for what you want. Do with this information what you want. And do not say that I told you to invest in Verasity. If you invest in Verasity and you make money, good for you. If you invest and you lose money, it's not good, but it's also on you. So at the end of the day, you have to, again, take responsibility for your own choices and your actions. I'm simply here to share what I think, like I already said, is opportunity. And what you do with that is up to you. Now, with that being said, if you do want to invest in Verasity and or hundreds of thousands of other cryptos completely free, then go ahead and click the link below. The very first link, you can sign up to a trusted crypto exchange called MEXC. When you use MEXC, you can fund a spot account and trade hundreds of thousands of cryptos, including Verasity, completely free. Most other crypto exchanges charge you ridiculous fees to buy and sell your cryptos, whereas with MEXC, when you trade inside a spot account, they charge you no fees. So again, the first link below, you can sign up to trade with MEXC. And again, you can trade completely free inside your spot account, buy and sell hundreds of thousands of cryptos, including Verasity, completely free, no charges when you buy, no charges when you sell. Now, again, if you choose to do this, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm simply just sharing with you as what I think is an opportunity. And again, if you invest in crypto at the right time, you can make a lot of money. If you invest at the wrong time, you can lose a lot of money. I personally think now we're at a good time to invest. But just because I think that does not mean that I'm going to be correct. So I'm not telling you to do it. If you proceed, you're proceeding at your own risk. And finally, if you want to take more ownership and control over your crypto holdings, then a great option considered by many people to be one of the safest ways to store your crypto is to use a cold storage wallet. The second link below, you can get access to a Ledger wallet. Essentially, this Ledger wallet supports specific cryptos. If you hold any of the cryptos that the Ledger wallet supports, you can store them offline. And again, this is known by many people as one of the safest ways to store your crypto. And anytime you want to sell them, you will, of course, be able to also do so. Now, again, you can do that completely risk-free. Just kidding. Completely at your own risk, okay? So keep that in mind. All right, I appreciate you for tuning in. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it valuable. Let me know what you think. Do you think Verasity will 50x? Do you think it'll 100x? And do you like Verasity? Have you ever heard of Verasity? And also, leave any thoughts or questions you have in the comments for me below. If you want me to cover other crypto tokens, let me know what you want me to cover. I'll be happy to do that in future videos. And make sure you subscribe to the Crypto Talk channel so you do not miss future Crypto Talk videos coming your way very, very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Stay blessed, and I wish you a wonderful, amazing rest of your day. Hey, let's go. Let's get this money. Let's go.